as we go to the Gulf side. Kory Sheets joins us from Tampa Bay. And by the way, former 49er, Dolphin, Panther, Oakland Raider. Just 2 years with the Rough Riders, but made a little bit of noise. Grey Cup champion, Grey Cup MVP, CFL All-Star. Good friend of mine. How you doing, Kory Sheets, number one?
I'm all right. Yourself? How you been?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm always good, man. I'm worried about you. How are you? Thanks for the time today, by the way, and give us an update of what your week's been like.
It was a little crazy last night, but I'm here inland in Wesley Chapel in my parents' house. So all we got is a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain. But them people that live near the water, they got to call the insurance company today.
Yeah. Do you want to explain to people that, from what I understand, it was not as bad as people were expecting over there? Am I right?
Oh, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I live in Tampa, because the natural disasters don't really hit that hard. But it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was worse than I thought it was going to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
it was. I still haven't been home because I don't have power at my house.
I gotcha. Well, listen, again, I appreciate the time. And the last time you and I spoke, it's been far too long, by the way. It was over 5 years ago. But you said you've been through so much. You're like, what are you going to throw at me now that I can't handle?
Exactly.
Do you handle these things a little better than what the old Kory Sheets would have?
Oh, yeah. I got the help that I needed. And now I'm 3 years into being a father. So my main focus is that.
Good to hear, man. Good for you. Proud of you. Well, as I mentioned, just 2 years in Saskatchewan, but when people saw that you were coming on the show today, they're all excited. They've all tuned in. They want to hear what you have to say. Does it seem longer to you than 2 years? Because as I said, you set records, you won a championship, you did all that. Did it seem like 2 years to you? Did it seem longer or shorter?
No, it seemed like 2 years, but it doesn't seem like it happened over 11 years ago now. Because we had the 10-year anniversary last year. And it just seemed like we was back playing football just a couple years ago. Like nothing not that much time had passed. I'm sorry.
Well, wow, it's interesting. When you came in, man, we all know the story, fifth on the depth chart. You had those bright yellow Nike shoes, and you said you wore them to stand out. Your play made you stand out more than the shoes. But what do you think contributed to your success? We all know how much you contributed to the team's success, 197 yards in the Grey Cup. But what made things go right for you in Saskatchewan?
I think the players trusted me. Because my first year, I felt like I was trying to earn the coach's trust. But the second year, I came in trying to earn the players' trust. And I felt like earning the players' trust was more important than it showed on the field because, like I said, when you earn somebody's trust on the field, you don't got to think about whether they know their assignment. You know they're going to be there, able to make a play and do something that may be out of the ordinary. And just because you trust the person to your left or to your right, you know you're able to do that and they're going to cover your ass.
Well, it's kind of funny because I saw you hanging around all the time off the field with Darian Durant, and I'm like, well, if he's hanging with doubles, he good. How did it come to be that you guys got to be so close so fast?
I think just making plays on the field and me being where I was. I didn't know anybody coming up here, so it wasn't like I was trying to. I had friends on the team. The one guy that I thought I knew on the team, he was playing with the Ticats in Hamilton. So, when I was Carlos, but I don't know. I think just to play in those moments also off the field, spending time in the locker room during the week, being at each other's house and having conversations, getting to know each other, things like that.
It's kind of funny when you say that. You say the trust. Darian Durant knew that if he put the ball in your hands, you were going to do something exciting with it. And now that I think about it, first quarter of the Grey Cup, you fumble, and it pops into Darian Durant's hands. Talk about that day in Other way around. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he fumbled into your hands. That's what it was. Yeah. That kind of speaks a little bit to you guys' relationship, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we had each other's back at all times, it seemed like. And me, when I played, it was crazy because I was given a block when I played and ended up being the guy catching the fumble from him. So just being in the right place at the right time and knowing where you need to be. Because I could have been blocking the wrong person and not been in that right place. So right place, right time, and knowing your assignment.
You know, somebody wrote in here earlier that said that you were underrated as a blocker. Would you agree with that? And if so, where did you realize the importance of that aspect of the game?
I wouldn't say I was underrated as a blocker. I think it was more so people knew I didn't understand the blocking schemes. And once I learned the blocking schemes, then you start seeing the blocks become a lot easier, and me picking them up, and showing my athleticism and my strength, opposed to being in the wrong position, trying to get back into the right position because I see it with my eyes instead of knowing where I'm supposed to be. If that makes sense.
You know, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I appreciate you answering that question. James Warnicki writes in, he says, that was a great era in the CFL. Sheets versus Cornish for the rushing title. Well, you know, you played on a variety of teams. You played at Purdue. That rivalry between Sask and Calgary, was there anything that compared to that in your football career besides that?
It's funny you say that. Marcus Thigpen, he played at IU. IU sucks, by the way, but yeah. So we sort of went back and forth with that type of thing because IU and Purdue hated each other. So the running backs being those type of players that we are, it was always that type of battle whenever we went against each other. Of course, I think I pretty much won most of those games.
Yes, you did. IU is undefeated this year, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. And the thing is, you know, the last time you and I talked, you talked about going to the NFL in 2014. You popped your Achilles, never played again, and how you, in retrospect, should have stayed in Saskatchewan because the offer was there. Do you realize now, because I've been thinking about it, that everything happens for the right reason? I think you did make the right decision, Kory, by going to the NFL. How much time do you spend thinking about it?
I used to spend a whole lot of time, but after I had my boys and realizing I'm in the position I'm in now because I made that choice to go to the NFL, and even though it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, hindsight 2020, it worked out the way I wanted it to. I'm able to spend every day with my children now. Unlike most people, they got to get up and go to work. I don't. I get up and go make breakfast. So I cherish those moments. And if maybe let's say I didn't pop my Achilles and I made it big, I might have to be traveling somewhere and don't get to spend this time with the kids. So
good for you, man.
What do you really value?
I'm going to end it on this. Jeremy in Winnipeg, who's a Kansas City Chiefs fan and I assume a Bombers fan, says Kory Sheets was the definition of a dog. The amazing runs and the square sheet touchdown celly. Where did I know I've asked you that before, but I can't remember the answer. Where did you get that touchdown celebration from that you used to do?
It actually was from a video game called Super Smash Brothers. And me and a bunch of the guys on the team used to play it either Thursday or Friday night before we traveled to basically go play for the weekend. And basically, whenever somebody won, they would do that. It basically was like breaking the TV. So you punch your TV open whenever you win or score a touchdown, and boom, I'm here.
Well, we saw it a lot. And Jeremy wants to point out, he says, I hate the Bombers, even though he's in Winnipeg. So, Kory, listen, I'll let you get back to your family. Like I say, short time in Saskatchewan, but a major, major positive impact. So I'll thank you again for that. And enjoy your day, man. And good luck getting your power back on. And keep in touch.
Yeah, I can't wait. Gotta get back to the house. It's cool being at my parents' house, but I want to lay in my bed tonight.
Enough's enough. I get it. All right, man. Stay safe. The great Kory Sheets.
You too. Have a good one.
MVP of the 2013 Grey Cup.